Empires, past and present, when they want to take over another country or territory, approach members of the opposition. These are people who have wealth and influence, but they lack the human qualities to get all the way to the top of their respective societies. The empire offers them support to get to the top, but since they never really earned it, they're always going to require foreign backing to stay there. And the same can be said about the US and regime change that it takes part in all around the globe, including here in Thailand. So Thaksin Shinawatra and Thanathon and his family, these are rich people. They're billionaires. They have a lot of influence, but they are by no means the wealthiest or most influential people in Thailand. And they never will be because they lack the human qualities to reach all the way to the top. They make a lot of excuses for this because people like this can never admit their own faults. But the truth is they will require foreign backing to get to the top, and then they will require foreign backing to stay there. And now I'm talking about this because a lot of people are starting to ask questions as to why the US backed billionaire-led opposition, why their protests are fading off of the streets here in Thailand. And here's actually an article from a newspaper owned by Thanathon and his family, and it's written by a guy named Prawit, and he's asking why are numbers of monarchy reform demonstrators dropping? And he has all of these theories as to why they're disappearing off the street, and he never once blames the actual leadership of the protests. He never blames people like Thaksin and Thanathon for being transparently dishonest and disingenuous about what these protests are actually really out on the streets fighting for. And I want to point out one of these protest leaders turned opposition politician. His name is Rangsaman Rome, and I think he is the perfect example of why these protests are finally fading off of the streets, because he's so transparently dishonest. This is an article from 2018. This was before he joined Thanathon's Future Forward Party, and he's saying, "This is a broken country. It is not livable." And then, of course, here's a Khalsat English article, again written by Prawit, and he's saying he needs to join a new progressive party, but then they admit that it's run by this billionaire Thanathon. And Rangsaman Rome is a guy who, to my knowledge, has never worked a real job in his life. He went from being a student to being an activist to being a politician. And again, I want to point this quote out. This is Rangsaman Rome saying, "This Thailand is a broken country. It is not livable." So here's Prawit this week. He's at Rangsaman Rome's wedding. And it is a lavish affair. It is a level of luxury you would not expect to see being enjoyed in a broken country that is unlivable. And you can see all of these rich, influential people who attended. That includes people like Thanathon himself, a billionaire. This is a level of luxury the people being sent out into the streets will never enjoy. This is a level of luxury despite Rangsaman Rome claiming this is a broken, unlivable country, he's able to enjoy despite never having a real job. And it is a level of luxury that he is able to enjoy at a time when the rest of the world is in the middle of an economic crisis brought on by COVID-19. Even Prawit from Khalsat English thought it was more important to show off that he was at this wedding than to go out and help promote the protests taking place on the same day. People out in the streets fighting for these people have to start to realize that these people are not in turn fighting for them. They're hiding behind them. They're using these people out in the streets to elevate their own position in society, to be able to enjoy levels of luxury like this on a day-to-day basis. And they have no intention of sharing the wealth and influence that they get as this process continues. If you're a wealthy person and you want to have a luxurious wedding, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're one of these people preaching fraternity, liberty, and equality, but you demonstrate none of these things on a daily basis, that makes you a hypocrite. And once people in the streets wake up to this reality, they are never going to go back to sleep to it ever again. If you thought this video was useful, please like and share it. think about subscribing to the channel. It helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Check out my other channel on Odyssey in case YouTube takes this channel down. Look in the video description for that link, as well as for ways you can help support my work so that I can continue making videos like this. And as always, thank you for watching.